You ready?
All right, live, baby.
All right. What's popping and what's dropping? This ain't your boy Jimmy J Smooth. No, this is not your boy Craig Smith. This is
Live.
Don Cornelius, live and direct and fully in effect. And you can
Pop.
bet your last money, honey. On today's show, we really gonna be talking about shooting up straight shit. We're gonna be talking all crazy shit. We're gonna be talking about the NBA playoffs. You bet your last money on it, honey. And also a toss-up question about the best North Carolina team in the Roy Williams era, along with the Bluff City being known as the Crime City. And yes, I'm trying my best to do my best Don Cornelius impersonation. This is the fake Don Cornelius. I'm going to bring it in. And on behalf of Jimmy J. Smooth and Craig Smith, I wish you love, peace, and
So,
I tried, but hey, yeah, but let my boy, let my guy bring it in, let my boss bring it in on this one.
what's popping and what's dropping? This your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how we do, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a shitload of topics we gonna talk about, man, about the Bluff City. We're gonna talk about NBA playoffs. We're gonna talk about a local Memphian. He's having success over in the Middle Eastern League out there, man. We got a good host of topics out here in this thing. So let's start off with first thing first with the NBA playoffs. How was it looking since everybody got in the first round? What's popping and what's dropping when it comes to that?
Well, for start off, let me make an editor note right quick. Um, Last week when I reported about my old coworker had passed away, Luster Clayton, I also forgot to mention Memphis musician Omar Higgins had passed away as well. He had died from complications of a staph infection. So let me apologize to my listeners on that. Uh, Omar Higgins, he was I forgot to put, and I think I shared it on the sports entertainment group. So again, let me apologize to the Jimmy J Smooth. Let's draw on some listeners on that. I forgot to report that, but it's been going on 2 weeks since he had passed away. He was 36 years old, and he was well known in the Memphis community. So with his music and everything, so he had Omar and Big O had passed away at the age of 36 from complications of a staph infection. So but yeah, but I apologize for that note, guys. That did not get mentioned. But back to the question about how the NBA playoffs is looking so far. Um, I think if well, I wasn't impressed with Milwaukee today, but I think Boston, and you and I both said on last week's show that Boston was going to come up with a good plan to stop that 5-out offense. Because if you notice, every time when Giannis had the ball, they put four people, they put three dudes on him. And Giannis had a little shitty game. Eric Bledsoe, with his ball hogging ass, I can see why he never lasted long in Phoenix, other than the fact that Phoenix is a dumpster fire of a franchise right now. Oh, and by the way, they did hire that interim GM as the permanent general manager. So that the black dude, that's good for him. So he said he can make some changes. So that's good for him on that note. I think Boston, we both even said that Brad Stevens gonna come up with a game plan to stop that motion offense that focus on the big men. Now I'll admit, who is it? That's Robin, right? That's shooting the 3-pointers.
Yeah, Brooke. I think it's Brooke Lopez. I want to say, yeah.
Probably Brooke. Yeah, Brooke, because Robin and with the Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because Robin he been popping the threes though, but when the other guys get the ball, I've been noticing Brad Stevens ran a zone trap.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you seen anybody run a zone trap in the NBA?
Man.
So I think, man, that's been like years. But I got to give it to him. Now this just game one, but I got to give it to him. They got the perfect game plan on the 5-out offense, and big shout out to my boy Mike Young, my former coworker at Centos down there in the Madison Huntsville, Alabama area. He even said that everybody going to step up other than Giannis, and I do agree. So because if Boston fuck around and take game 2 at Milwaukee, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
So Milwaukee really gonna have to get it going. They're gonna have to find some holes in that defense. And Giannis, he's gonna have to stop out. He's gonna have to stop grandstanding and hot dogging. So I know he's a good player. I ain't gonna take that away from him. He's a damn good player, but his supporting cast, mainly Eric Bledsoe, gonna have to fucking step up. So I mean, Boston just dominated, and then Horford was a fucking dog in the paint.
Yeah.
He blocked 3 shots. All he had, I think, I don't know how many total blocks they had in Boston had in total, but Horford accounted for 3 of them, and they were all on Giannis. So you gotta give it up with that. So the way I look at it is like this: to stop that original 5-out, that newly created 5-out offense. And Jimmy, you may correct me on wrong, but correct me on that with your rebuttal about that 5-out.
The 5-out is created by Bobby Knight it was created by Bobby Knight and goes back to all the way to the 60s. But I think his version is a little different because it's a 5-out offense, but it's more closer to the Duke version of the motion offense. It's 5-out motion basically. So that it's always been around. It's just I don't think it's ever been in NBA basketball as far as my recollection of it. But somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I've never seen it in the NBA, but it's definitely something Bobby Knight created because the motion is typically 4-out, but people use different elements to that. It's just, he added his flavor to that. So yeah.
So I mean, I think I think Brad Stevens then figured out how to stop that. You just got to double up on them, show zone, and then double up. So, like I said, if Boston knockout game 2, it's over with. Now, exactly. as far as Philly and Toronto goes, like I always say, don't trust Kyle Lowry in the playoffs because he had some little fucking excuses about why he don't ever play with, because I think somebody asked him about it, said you never play well in the game 1 in any playoff series you have been, or let alone the playoffs in general, but you always step it up in the next couple of games. What is it? So he even said it's just him in a way. I mean, he had 9 points and 8 assists, but it was Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green taking care of the business. And I still stick to my gun. I say I got Toronto in 5 because
if they keep,
go ahead.
Yes.
Because
no, I'm just saying if they, yes.
Okay. Because Nick Nurse must have listened to Gerald Dudley. When you spread them out and get them in Philly in a half-court set, Ben Simmons is fucked. So yes, Ben Simmons is fucked.
Yeah,
and they did a good job last night on that one.
The coach don't have to get him out of the point guard position. I just don't like a guy that damn tall. I think tall being a fucking point guard like that. I think he too fucking tall. He's probably 6'11" if I'm not mistaken. Trying to be a point guard.
6'10".
6'10", yeah, that's a little tall. Hell, nigga, you ain't no Magic Johnson. At least Magic Johnson had some form of a mid-range jumper and then
expanded into a 3-point.
Yeah, and had some type of finesse as a point guard. This dude ain't that finesse of a fucking point guard because he doesn't have any type of jumper. He don't have no type of floater as far as I'm concerned. I mean, this dude, and the crazy thing is, well, he doesn't have no jumper in the game. I'm gonna re-emphasize that. He doesn't have no jumper in the game because at practice, he's shown he can knock them hoes down. So, I mean, he don't have to get him out that point guard position and put him at the small forward position. If he's at the small forward position, he virtually unguardable. But at the point guard, or make him like a point forward or something, but making him a true point guard going up against other small point guards and shit, not only that's gonna get you in foul trouble in the long term, but man, you finna fuck your ankles up getting crossed over and shit like that. So they need to do something about that shit.
Yeah, I agree. But hats off to Toronto for pulling that off. Now they're gonna have to make adjustments in game 2. And that's something what I like about what Nick Nurse does. We both like Dwayne Casey, but we gotta give Nick Double N some credit too.
Yeah.
Nick Slick Nick make adjustments. Casey didn't. And that's what got him at, that's where they got his ass whooped by Cleveland, let alone got fired. Because yeah, he had the LeBron syndrome. Because we ain't gonna get back on the Casey thing. See, Casey had that LeBron syndrome. He also had the Kyle Lowry DeRozan syndrome. And yeah, and let me just go ahead and get it out the way. DeMar DeRozan is nothing but y'all, I think San Antonio, Greg Popovich got a bill of goods on that deal. So we just gonna go ahead and get this out the way. Denver did. Jimmy, you did say it was gonna go 7 games, and DeRozan did not show up. So we're done with DeRozan on that. He doesn't show up at all on the playoffs. Typical DeMar DeRozan. But Casey never made a judge.
DeMar DeRozan, because he freezes up in the playoffs.
He does. Yeah, I mean, and one thing, the one thing that Nick Nurse does now with this Toronto team that Casey never did, he makes adjustments. He be making these on-the-fly adjustments just like that, dog. And then the coach be like, "What the fuck? Wait a minute, you know." But hats out to Toronto. Now the game that we just got through watching today, I already see where this direction is going. Which leads me to my topic of, I'm going to go ahead and get it out the way. Golden State just basically just said, fuck the Mark Jackson philosophy. Back with high octane scoring, shut down defense. Okay. And I made a quote on Twitter by saying, and because I shared it on the Sport Talk Entertainment message group, I can understand if you get 11 turnovers for the game, but if you get 11 turnovers in the first 15 minutes of the first half, it's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And Golden State had 20, and Golden State had a total of 19 for the whole game. Houston had 13, but Houston scored more points off of Golden State's turnovers, and they lost. Yeah. And it seemed like to me, Golden State all of a sudden starts to play defense when they play somebody like a Houston. So I mean, and I really feel like Curry, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. And like I said about him being with the social stuff and the political stuff, hey, him and Pop is pretty even Steven on that. And like I always say, and we've all said it on here. Don't come at Pop telling him if you white, you're gonna lay to a black person. Pop will put you in check real quick. Steve, and from what I read, Steve Kerr the same way. Yeah. Especially like with murder, especially like when people tell him about he ain't seen no murders and stuff like that. When he shared that root about what was the story about what he saw at the time, his time living over in Lebanon before he came back to the States. Yeah, you'll change your tune real quick. But I mean, they Golden State really got to get better. I mean, because let's just face it, all of them had a bad game today. Yeah, Durant had his 35 points. And let's just go ahead, just go on and put it on the lock. Kevin Durant I think Kevin Durant will get MVP this year. And I'm banking on this, and man, I'm gonna mark my guarantee. Kevin Durant gonna win MVP and gonna turn around and win Finals MVP. It's gonna happen. Okay, but say your thought on that. But they all had bad games today. Houston had the most rest than Golden State did. And and not everybody was operating on all cylinders. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game, but it wasn't a good game, like what we used to. Yeah. What's your take on that?
My problem with Houston is they jumper happy. They're too they threw up too many fucking shots when it come to that, dude. Too many goddamn 3-point shots. I mean, when I saw James Harden go to the mid-range, I was fucking happy when he finally went to the mid-range. Now, here's a statistic. Clint Capella only scored 4 points on 2 shots the whole game. That is unacceptable. First of all, they should have been able to get the ball in the post. Chris Paul only had 4 assists. James Harden had 6 assists. This is unacceptable. This is completely unacceptable Houston basketball. James Harden, not James Harden, but Chris Paul, in order for them to win, going to have to get more assists than what he's been
Right.
getting in this particular game. You know, I would rather Chris Paul have 10 plus assists than 17 points. I would rather him, because if he gets more than 10, 15 assists, then pretty much they're going to win. They're just hands down. Now, look at the shooting statistic of the Houston Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
They were 14 of 47 from the three-point line.
Say that again.
14 of 47. 14 of 47 on 29% shooting.
And 52 points off threes.
52 goddamn points off threes because they're jacking so many shots. They're not even getting the ball. In order for Houston Rockets going to win, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say it until either one or two things happen. Houston do it and they win this series or make it a series, or I'm going to say it till Golden State beat their ass, and I'm going to tell you I told you so. And this is how they're going to lose. You got to get Capella in double figures. Had Capella been in some type of double figures, Houston would have won this game with hands and needles. They were trying to throw that fucking ugly ass, predictable, cynical ass lob to Capella. No, throw some bounce passes in the post. Get him on some high-low action. Get him working out on Gaymon, box head ass, goddamn nerf or nothing football head ass, Draymond Green. Get this motherfucker. Get this motherfucker in foul trouble. And here's the thing: this is what crazy. They had them in foul trouble. They had them in very significant foul troubles because Golden State committed 24 fouls. Mm-hmm. You had players on the damn floor that was in foul trouble. Klay Thompson had 4 fouls. Curry ended the game with 5. Iguodala had 5. Now, if their perimeter defenders are in foul trouble, that you need to take advantage of that. Chris Paul need to drive to the basket. Eric Gordon need to drive to the basket. Stop jacking up all these threes. Stop jacking up all these threes and it don't turn out to be a W for you. Golden State only hit 7 3-pointers. You hear me? Those light-skinned brothers from another only hit 7 3-pointers. Stephen Curry only had 3 of 10 from the 3-point line.
That's not good.
Clay John B. looking ass Thompson was 2 of 5 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, he do look like John B, bro. I give you on that. He do look like John B.
Don't listen to what people say. Looking at Klay Thompson only had 2 3-pointers in the whole game, and I was like, man, you light skinned motherfucker, you, because I'm thinking he finna knock this, finna bring the house down. And you be missing them hoes. So you know what I'm saying? They had a bad shooting game. Usually, Golden State shoot their lights out, and the Rockets still can't win. And they made more threes than Golden State by 7 threes. Come on, this is inexcusable. But the main reason why they lost was because Capella was not in double figures. In order for the Rockets to win this series, Capella got to stay in double figures for the rest of the series, or I should say, have a chance to win. In order for them to get a good chance to win, Capella got to be in double figures. He don't got to score 20. He got to give him 15, 16, 18. Stop throwing him all those lobs. Get him some high-low action. Stop playing isolation basketball, fucking James Harden all the goddamn time. Some of that, here's the thing. I don't mind James Harden taking certain shots, but if you know your jumper is broken than some Reggie ass weed for my weed smokers, then goddamn, man, you need to go to the goal. You know what I'm saying? Dump it into Capella, and not that predictable ass alley oops, not alley hoop, but alley oops up in this motherfucker. So, man, do you got anything else you want to say about this debacle of a loss for the Houston Sockets? Not the Rockets, but the Sockets.
Well, I like the Rockets too, but see, you faulting James Harden though, dog, and Chris Paul. Okay, that's number 2. You also got to fault number 1, Mike D'Antoni. And even though, and wait a minute, Jimmy, I know you say this, and I know this for a fact, even though you don't like him that much, Stephen A. Smith always makes a point about Mike D'Antoni. He said Mike D'Antoni a nice guy. He said, but when you try to talk to him about defense and all this other shit, he said that man, they have a motherfucking fit. Because they said in one press conference they egged that man on about about the defense. He shut a press conference down. He said, look, why don't y'all just shut the fuck up and just talk about what I want to talk about? And then but wait a minute, but it's true though. And then they said the man, and then when he left, he was cussing, said to worry about some fucking damn defense. Stick to what the fuck I want to talk about. Fuck defense. So you got to fault Mike D'Antoni for that because he's not out of his ways yet. If you're gonna run a 7-second offense, you better have a damn good defense to complement it.
But here's the thing: they didn't lose because of defense. That's the problem because they forced enough turnovers to win the game.
Yeah, but I didn't say they didn't play no defense. Don't get me wrong. Now Houston played some damn good defense today, but you got to fault the coach for calling all these damn plays and shit for Harden and everybody else who and not pounding it into Capella. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Houston gonna tie it up. Well, they gonna even it up game 2. That's going to be the plan. Houston going to even it up game 2. Just watch.
Yeah,
but it's over with. It's going to be over with because I still stick to my guns. Golden State going 7 games with Houston.
I agree. Now I can agree with that. I can totally agree with that. But D'Antoni, he needs to start when you're a running gun team. You got to have some type of half court offense. The problem is it's too much isolation basketball in the half court set, and then for him to be a running gun guy, he don't push the ball up the floor. They don't push the ball up the floor enough to do that type of shit that they be doing. So they gonna have to do better than that, in my personal opinion, though.
Most definitely. Well, right quick, who you got in this Portland and Denver series? I got Portland 4-2. Portland too hot right now, bro.
That's a tricky series too. But if you, I don't know. I'm not even gonna predict that series because it's too crazy. That's too crazy of a series for me to even predict because I got a feeling Denver may show up.
Yeah.
Or something unpredictable may happen. So that's too much to predict. What's popping and dropping, DeGeneres? What's the topics? Oh man, it's in the description.
Check the description box. What's going on, DeGeneres?
Yeah. So what's popping and what's dropping, DeGeneres, and what's popping and what's dropping, my boy Zeke.
What's going on, Zeke from the UK?
Yes, sir. So
bloody O from London to the UK, brother. What's going on, mate?
Yes.
Not as so you, bro, because that's how they talk. But I like to visit England one day.
Me too. So it is what it is. So another topic I wanted to discuss was Chris Crawford. His team yesterday in his league, I think it's the Middle Eastern League or something like that, or the league up in Lebanon. But anyway, they actually won their game over there, man. It looks like they have a good shot of going all the way. You know what I'm saying? His team up in Lebanon, man. And this is a message for basketball players, whether they're planning on going to the NBA or planning on going to a foreign basketball team. It's not the end of the world if you don't make it to the NBA, because there's plenty of sports leagues that will take you and give you an opportunity to make your money, man. So have you saw anything with his particular basketball team and stuff like that?
No, this is my first time hearing something about this, man. And but yeah, you do have a point. Cause like Jimmy, like you said, it's not the end of the world for these guys. They're gonna have to have something to fall back on. Yeah. So
yeah. I think it's the LBL, Lebanon Basketball League. So they look like they got a large following over there in Lebanon. But much shout out to the Beirut Club. That's the basketball team. We're counting on you, Chris Crawford. And believe it or not, he's from the same area that Dontari Poe is from, which is the son.
Okay.
He's from the same exact neighborhood because my roommates actually confirmed that they lived in the same neighborhood. So good shout out to Chris Crawford for doing his thing in the LBL, man, and hopefully, man, he can end up in the NBA. And if he don't, shit, hell, he's doing his thing over there. Get your money, man. I hope they pay this man 10 folds over there, man. So it is what it is, man. So Dabo Sweeney, man.
My bro. Woo!
Dabo Sweeney is the paid coach in college football. And according to that contract, depending on how many more championships he'll win, he'll bust the clock on them, bust the pocket.
100 million, yeah, he'll bust $100 million. I already know you gonna ask what my thoughts is on that. He deserve it. No said. No, we ain't gonna analyze that. He deserve it. Come on, 50. Look at this. If somebody sit here and say that Dabo Sweeney is garbage, I would tell you to open your mouth so I can take a shit in it and wipe my ass with it and put that toilet tissue in your mouth. Dabo Sweeney went 55-4 in 4 years with the Clemson team, 2 national titles. And let's see, he got 4 things on him. Well, he got 2 things in common with Nick Saban, but he got him beat with 2 other things. They both finished 55-4 in 4 years. Okay. They both have 2 national titles between the two. Dabo got 2, Nick got 2. Okay. Dabo coached the first ever 15-0 college football team in college football history. Nick Saban could have been the first, but he fucked the whole game plan got fucked up in that game against who else? Clemson. Okay. And also Dabo Sweeney won with fucking Trevor Lawrence, a true freshman quarterback. Nick Saban had a chance to do it with Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts did it. And oh, by the way, Oklahoma, I pray for you. So I pray for you because Jalen Hurts is back doing the same thing over and over, Jimmy. Over and over, Jimmy. So yes, Dabo Sweeney deserves that $93 million contract. His record speaks for itself.
And he's one of
and he also had hold it thought. And this year, which I'm gonna talk about in a minute about this NFL draft, this man had 3. Matter of fact, Brent Venables, Jimmy J. Smooth's favorite defensive coordinator, and mine too from Clemson. From that Clemson team, Brent Venables had 3 guys from that same defensive team go in the first round. Go ahead.
And also, he's one of 4 coaches to produce at least five consecutive top 20 recruiting classes on the ESPN in Rivals.com list. The only other coach to do so in at least a 5-year period was Nick Saban, Les Miles, and the now retired Bob Stoops. So
yep.
Bob
Stoops is about to coach in the XFL. He's not retired.
Well, but he's retired from college, the college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing with Sweeney, even before he became the head coach, a lot of that talent that was coming in with Clemson, Dabo Sweeney, when Tommy Bowden was the head coach, he was the guy recruiting a lot of those guys. He was the recruiting coordinator during the years of Tommy Bowden. He did something Tommy Bowden couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? He did something that only a handful of coaches have done, is produce recruiting classes. If Clemson team is always going to be in the top 10, top 20. That's one thing about his recruiting classes. He recruits good enough to produce national championships. You know what I'm saying? So he deserves that. He deserves that money, man. And like I say, the contract comes with incentives. I think he's getting paid. They're gonna start him out with a base pay of $13 million, and how many championships he win, that could grow tremendously. So he got a similar contract to, as we call Cal the Crook. You know what I'm saying? He got a very similar contract to that. So it's performance based. So it is what it is, man. But if he doesn't do shit for the rest of the duration of Clemson, they still got to pay this man $13 million.
Yeah, and I mean, and again, let's say it all, and well, we're gonna say, my favorite saying, we're gonna say it together, Jimmy. Don't say we were the ones to tell you so, but we told you so.
Exactly.
And he deserved it, every penny of it, because like you said, he started out as a recruiting coordinator. Then when the Clemson fans got tired of Tommy Bowden, they went on ahead and promoted Dabo as head coach. And let's be honest, I mean, Dabo was honest because he said when he got there, he said he started being an ass. He acted like he knew what he was doing, but he didn't, kept changing the offensive plays and stuff like that till he got better. But I mean, what he does though, I mean, hey, got to give it to him. With Nick Saban running the SEC, it's clearly safe to say Dabo Sweeney now runs the ACC. Because I mean, name one coach that right now, other than Dabo, that let his defensive coordinator coach the Fiesta Bowl game against Ohio State. I'll wait, because I believe he's the only one to do that. He let Brent Venables coach that whole game. And they because I said that on one of your shows, because because they shut their ass out 31-0. Ohio State 31-0. Didn't let Ohio State pass the 50-yard line. Didn't let Ohio State get over 100 yards of total offense. They got like 60 something. That was it.
Yeah.
So and I think, and also in anything, I mean, if you're gonna get Dabo raised, give Brent one.
And he Brent actually has a raise. And
okay,
his offensive coordinator is making $1 million on the dot. His assistants, he gave the assistants a pay raise. So I think the assistants have a minimum of 500,000, maybe bigger than that, but them assistants are getting paid. So that was in the contract because he made sure, because before they gave him the contract, he made sure his assistants got a pay raise. He went to the AD, whoever the AD is, and he got them a pay raise, and then he took the pay raise. Which Clemson, especially that South Carolina, that South Carolina corridor, they have a big fan base. You know what I'm saying? So they have more than enough money to go around, so that they can actually give this guy a pay raise. So that ain't even an issue. So, do you have anything you want to say about the Dabo Sweeney pay raise?
Nope.
Okay.
No, we're done. I got some gripes here. First and foremost, the NFL draft. Okay.
That's where I was going to. That's actually where I was going to.
All right. Now, Nashville, let's go on record and say this. City Nashville, I tip my hat to you. Y'all made some bread. City Nashville, y'all deserve to have it again. Mayor Strickland in Memphis, you need to step your fucking game up, dude. That's all I got to say about that. That's one. Second, Darrell Henderson, the running back of Memphis. This dude led the nation in rushing. Led the American Athletic Conference in rushing yards. I think he was second in yards from scrimmage, and he also led the conference in total touchdowns.
He led the nation.
He led the nation in total touchdowns. Okay, he led the conference and the nation in total touchdowns. How in the flying fuck did he end up going third round when he clearly was the better running back than, dare I say it, he was a better running back than Josh Jacobs and Damon Jones from my team, Alabama. This dude should have went first round, dog. And do you bet? And I'm about tired, and I'm gonna say this here. I'm tired of all these little fuckboy ass analysts talking about some. Oh, well, he just played. He didn't play any stiff. They didn't. He played in a conference that never played any stiff competition. Man, kiss my ass. That dude should have been first round, either first or late first round. Now, if the New England Patriots, or the Patriots, as Jimmy like to call them, can take Nikhil, whatever his name is, old boy from Arizona State. This is the first time they took a wide receiver since they took Terry Glenn in 1996. And also, old boy from Arizona, Nikhil Clark, I believe, from Arizona State. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, Arizona State is coached by who? Herm Edwards.
Exactly.
So, and he was the leading, he was, and what's her name? Jenny Clark on Undisputed was saying that, yeah, you got to interview this guy. He's a freshman. And the media always had this little thing about, oh, I don't like to interview freshmen. And the producer said, oh, well, you go interview him. And it was what was reading would say, the dude had a fascinating story. You know, he took care of his grandmama and stuff like that, this and that, yada, yada. You know, look him up. How the fuck the Rams is going to take this dude third round? He's not third round material. Just like the old Evelyn Champagne song, Evelyn Champagne King song, Kisses Don't Lie. Numbers don't lie. With Darrell Henderson. He led the nation in total touchdowns. He led the league. He led the conference in 3 statistics: rushing yards, yards from scrimmage, and touchdowns. Led the nation in total touchdowns. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, he did lead the nation. Well, he was second in the nation. He was tied for the rushing lead. He was the number 1 leading rusher. Want to know who's number 2? Old boy from Wisconsin. This is the first time in NCAA history that they had 2 individual running backs that rushed for over 2,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me Darrell Henderson is third round material? And this is what pisses me off. The New York Giants going to draft old boy from Duke, the Daniel Jones kid from Duke with the 6th pick. And Dwayne Haskins goes 15 to the Redskins. But and Mike Greenberg even said it. Now, did you watch the clip, Jimmy, that I sent you in the sports entertainment group?
I wasn't able to run across that. Did you send it during my work hours or?
No, I sent it today. You're gonna see Mike Greenberg with it. You're gonna see Mike Greenberg with a beard doing some little. He doing that little diva look like he finna put somebody on blast. He put the Giants on blast. That's a must clip y'all got to see. And Jimmy and I, we have expressed our disdain with people. Matter of fact, everybody on ESPN. Mike Greenberg is a lone exception because this man made a good point. He said clearly Dwayne Haskins was the better quarterback when he said because he felt that nobody in the entire nation not watched an Ohio State game. He said he watched everyone, whatever station they was on, he didn't care. He said if they was on his employers, he even said it. Ohio State is featured. He said Ohio State is featured on, let's see, not only just ESPN and ABC. He said, but they're mainly featured on the Big Ten Network, which is affiliated with Fox Sports. He said, now it's no excuse for you not to say you never watched an Ohio State game because Ohio State, yeah, they were a team of turmoil because of Urban Meyer. Mm-hmm. Dwayne Haskins was clearly the better fucking quarterback than Daniel Jones. Now, Jimmy, let me ask you something. Would you rather, if you was a Giants general manager, would you rather take a guy like Dwayne Haskins, who came from a prestigious program that blew out Michigan again? Or would you take a quarterback like Daniel Jones, who in his final game got his ass whooped 59-7 to Wake Forest?
Man, that would be a no-brainer. Dennis Haskins is a way better quarterback. Dwayne Haskins is a way better quarterback than sorry ass goddamn David Cutcliffe system quarterback ass Daniel Jones. You know what I'm saying?
And he said that, and Shannon even made a good point, and Skip made a good point. He said, Wait, who did he ask Shannon? Said, who did you say? He said Dave Cutcliffe. He said that's why he got drafted so high. That David Cutcliffe system.
The David Cutcliffe system, but he was not a better quarterback than quite a few guys. That motherfucker ain't a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. And so if Trevor Lawrence could come out, if he could come out as a freshman, I would pick Trevor Lawrence way over Daniel was a great big jerk Jones. You know what I'm saying? So the Giants better know what the hell they're doing, or this is going to they're going to really be smelling piss pretty soon because. I mean, I felt a lot of teams would probably need a quarterback anyway. So
yeah, and I felt Daniel should have went to the Giants, man. And I'm not to sprout nothing racist here. When was the last time the Giants? When was the last time the Giants had a black quarterback?
Never.
Okay.
unless he was on the bench. So I mean, I have to call it out for what it is. This is clearly racist as hell in my personal opinion. Because shit, how the fuck what do you see in this motherfucker? Again, this dude better be good. Otherwise, they're gonna smell piss for the years, for at least 4 years to come. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You better.
And go ahead.
You know, so that's one of those. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback is dumb concept. That's all that fucking is. You know what I'm saying? Because how is Dwayne Haskins dropped all the way that far down? That dude should have at least been in the top 10, top
Thank
5.
you.
To be honest,
he was top 5.
Yeah, top 5. To be honest, in terms of being drafted, he should have been drafted in the top 5. Being honest with you. So
I felt he was top 3 between top 5, and really, I felt that Darrell Henderson should have been in the first round. I felt Darrell Henderson should have been at least top 15 or mid tier, because that wasn't right, man. That was not fucking right. Now, if you want to tell me, you want to shoot this shit about, he played in Memphis. Okay. Isaac Bruce played in Memphis and won a Super Bowl.
And had the numbers of a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is why I don't understand why he's not in the Hall of Fame. He should have been in the Hall of Fame. And this is why you need to either split it between fans and sports writers, or let the fans do all the voting, because these sports writers always have these fuck shit reputations for making shit personal. Same thing they did with T.O. And granted, I don't like T.O. ass.
Me either.
But if I had to put him in the first ballot, I would have done it. I would have put him in the first ballot. So
yep.
That's where I have a problem with sports writers, people who never played the game, who never even been on the cheerleading squad, voting for this shit, because they make it too personal. That's my issue there.
Even your boy, well, Skip the Truth Banners even said if he was asked to vote for a Hall of Fame, he wouldn't do it. He would not do it. He would not do it. He said, and he even admitted, with him being not only just a sports broadcaster and a sports writer, he even admitted. He said he know a whole lot of people, sports writers, that are just as biased. And he said he said he didn't say any names, but he said I know one personally. He said he's straight biased. He is straight. He did, like, you know, in so many words, he said that the guy was straight gangster. You know, but I mean, you can't come with me with this little bullshit, man. I mean, but overall though, I think it was a good draft. I'm glad Jimmy agreed with me. And whoever's joining the chat room, Marcus Johnson. I mean, if you're in there, what's up? I'm pretty sure you would chime in on this. Damn, that with Darrell Henderson, man, that was just fucking wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. And then with Dwayne Haskins, it was wrong. And anytime if Mike Greenberg say that shit was wrong, and from biased ESPN, Mike Greenberg came with it. And he said, you cannot tell me that Dwayne Haskins was not the better quarterback on the par with Kyler Murray and somebody over Daniel Jones. And he even said clearly that day, in so many words, he subtly in a way hinted. He said, you cannot clearly, there was some sort of slick bias with that Daniel Jones pick.
Yeah,
that was cold for what we just said. So I'm done with that, man. It's just fucked up.
Let me bring up Kyler Murray as well, being number 1 in the draft. What is your take on him being number 1?
He gonna get his ass kicked because Cliff Kingsbury and well, you know, I don't know if it was you that said it or you did say it, because about the rhetoric or the rhetoric about these NFL scouts and people and stuff like that, coordinators talking about these quarterbacks with the game film. But let me say what I got to say about Arizona. They're going to suck. They're going to suck this year because they didn't even draft an offensive line. Offensive line was a priority. Quarterback and offensive line was a priority. Now, true enough, they got rid of fuckboy Josh Rosen because he's down there. He down there in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude they got coaching in Miami, he gonna have Brian Flores, a brother. He ain't finna take a straightforward a brother. He ain't finna take no fuck shit from somebody, no fuck boy shit from somebody like Rosen, from Josh Rosen. I think it was expected that Kyler Murray was gonna be a good pick, but and then with that rhetoric about he doesn't study film, he does his blackboard acumen is a little off. That's not well, and like you did say, that is the thing with black quarterbacks mainly in general. But let's keep it 1,010 here. You got white quarterbacks that be that same fucking way too.
Exactly.
So don't if you're gonna put Kyler Murray in the picture, put a Daniel Jones in the picture, because like okay, now I'm gonna tell you like with something like dig it up. Robert Griffin, RG3, and Steve Mariucci. Steve Mariucci broke down a West Coast offense gameplay. Cause see, Steve Mariucci, he called himself being smart. He called himself being a smart ass, and he made himself look like the latter with what RG3 did to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is true. Steve Mariucci drew up an old West Coast staple. He called it brown right, two jet China. That's it. And that's just basically double post route and with the option of a flare route. No check down to nothing. And Mariucci explained in simpler ways. He said, the receivers know what they have to do. He said, hit the double post as deep. If the safety bites on either ones, hit the double post. He said, but if your man is covered or whatnot or whatever, throw the check down. Throw a check down, take a chance, go throw deep. He said now, and he explained it so fast with RG3. And if you look at RG3, the way RG3 was looking at him, he was looking at that black boy with not a blink. He didn't blink his eye, nothing. He stared right at it. So he told RG3, go up there. He told him to go up there on the blackboard. And even John Gruden did it too, because John Gruden learned some new shit as well from these guys. And I still say Gruden's quarterback camp was the best damn show ever. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Mooch told RG3 to draw something similar to what Art Briles would do.
Yeah. So
Art Briles, shout out to him down there in Texas. You deserve to be an offensive consultant somewhere. Holly, go down there with Lane Kiffin. You and him can work magic together.
Mm-hmm. Sales
pitch. So RG3 he drew it up where they would run it out of a four wide, 41 with the 41 personnel, 4 wide run. In case you know, I explained you what NFL personnel numbers is. 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. But they said, the way our Browns would do it, he would put a tight end in there to masquerade as that 4th wide receiver. So he drew up the play. He said that the check down would not be an option. So Mooch asked that man a stupid ass question. He said, well, you ain't gonna throw it to a check down if they blitz? And he's like, no. He said, for what? He said, why would I throw the check down? It's gonna be a loss of yards. He said, if I see he said, really, the tight end is quote unquote a decoy. He's gonna block and he's gonna tell me what defense they're gonna run. But if he gets free, I'm hitting him up there. Either I'm gonna hit him in the middle or I'm gonna hit him on a fade. He made Mariucci look stupid. And I give it to him on that. He made him look so stupid. And I can't, and YouTube don't even have that clip uploaded. I got to find it. He made Mariucci look so stupid. But see, that's what all these NFL coaches, these assistant offensive coordinators and all these other guys, and we're not spouting racism here. Okay. If you're going to target somebody like Kyler Murray, and yes, it has been documented, he does that. He doesn't pay attention to game film. He's on his phone most of the time. Okay? He's on his phone most of the time. And they said one time they asked the man to draw up a simple play from something. He couldn't draw it up. So I mean, okay, that's understandable. But Look at all these other guys that couldn't draw up a play. Like, look at fucking Kirk Cousins. His ass can't eat shit. Minute, and I'm gonna say it right here for you Minnesota Viking fans. Shit, you should y'all got sold a bill of goods, that motherfucker. Hell, how the fuck you gonna go from 13-3 with Case Keenum to 8-7-1 with a garbage ass quarterback like him, who had the nerve to tell his number one receiver what route he should have been throwing? But it's a good pick, and really, Arizona is a work in progress because they got a whole new team, and when you look at them on paper, the team is lousy.
Yeah,
very lousy.
Okay. On our next topic, we lost a basketball legend in John Hondo Havlicek.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go into his career because Hondo Havlicek is known for the Havlicek Steal-It, one of the most famous NBA plays around the history of basketball. Now, Hondo Havlicek, throughout the duration of his career from 1963 to 1978, has not averaged less than 14 points a game in his NBA career. We're talking about regular season. Now, in playoff, during the duration of his time, he never averaged no less than 11 points a game. And he revolutionized the six-man / swingman position as well. Also, he played on the Bobby Knight, Jerry Lucas team of the Ohio State Buckeyes in the 1960s that won their only national championship. So what is your take on his legacy as a basketball player?
Well, from what I've been reading, you couldn't say a bad shit about him. Don't know what he passed away from, but hey, when I would hear about John Havlicek, I would think about Red Auerbach. And like you said, he never averaged under 14 points a game. I mean, because he really, and what was his position, guard or forward?
He was a swing man, basically a small forward.
Point forward. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when it's nothing. Ain't nothing bad. There's nothing bad to say about him. But hey, NBA lost a legend. He was part of all them, most of all them teams, and correct me if I'm wrong, he did play with Bill Russell, right?
He played with Bill Russell. His career lasted until 78, so he won 2 more championships other than the 6 he won with Bill Russell. So only Bill Russell, Sam Jones, Casey Jones have more championships than him,
right,
in NBA history. But also Chris Mullin took his game after John Havlicek as well, and he also wore that number 17. You know what I'm saying? Because Havlicek had that mid-range jumper that was unstoppable. He had, that mid-range game he had. A lot of people need to take account for that. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, he played hellified defense, and he also came through for them to beat the Milwaukee Bucks in 7 games versus Kareem and Oscar Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he was the damn dude because without him, I don't think Boston has as many championships as they do because you know what I'm saying. Even though Bill Russell, you can credit Bill Russell for those 11 championships. You know what I'm saying. He did make that key play with the key steal, and he did make save their asses in the 1974 NBA championship because when they won the NBA championship, that was like the beginning of the end up until I'll say the 1980s for the NBA because I think that was the most watched up until 1980 when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird was drafted. Played their rookie seasons and stuff like that because of course they was competing with the ABA, and the ABA for a short time started getting more television ratings or if not television ratings and stuff like that. So he will definitely be truly missed. And like I say, future basketball players need to take a lot of a lot of the game film and the things he did, his qualities that he did. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't just score; he did the necessary things to help his team win and stuff like that. And only Paul Pierce, from my understanding, got more points as a Celtics than he does. But I got to relook that up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? My condolences is to the Havlicek family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got anything
Same here.
you want to say? Got anything else you want to say? Okay. Virginia basketball. Yeah, Virginia basketball team stood Donald Trump up. Now, let me go on record. You don't laugh your ass off.
I love what Tony Bennett told them fools.
let me get this out because I gotta get this out. Let me get it out.
And quote it. You gotta quote it. This is quote.
Let me get this out. Now, please note, I am not a fan of Virginia's basketball team, but I'm a fan just for them standing up Donald Trump. These motherfuckers made the biggest fuck shit excuse that you could ever make for not going to see the president for being quote unquote congratulated for a fucking title.
Jimmy, I want you to read what was said and quote it. Now, this is a quote from Virginia basketball. And quote. Go ahead and read it, bro.
Let me scroll this whole up first, man. Cause this motherfucker shit. I gotta scroll up for this one, bro. Cause he gave the biggest crock of shit excuse I could ever see. And
I applaud Tony Bennett.
I'm not mad at Tony for doing this. Let me scroll up because I gotta.
We mad at his ass for his offense, but
yeah. And the crazy thing is, during the from the Elite Eight to the championship, they offense proved that they could keep up in terms of tempo. Man, he just got to stop handicapping. I'm gonna tell you something before I go any further because I'm gonna scroll up for a minute. Tony Bennett needs to stop handicapping that offense and let them do what they did because that's what Bo Ryan did when he played the pack line defense. He needs to stop handicapping because they could get good recruits if he stopped handicapping that offense. But
I'm gonna tell you something. And if anybody say that Tony Bennett never had no good players come out of Virginia, Malcolm Brogdon for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, so
because unknowingly under the radar they might have won Rookie of the Year in his first year.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Let me. Because I gotta find this bitch. Because hopefully nobody.
But Tony, big props to Tony Bennett for standing them fools up. I'm so and to quote Jesse Ventura, I'm so happy and so proud of him. Cut that thing off. You got a whole bunch of interference going on, man.
There's not no interference. What is you hearing?
I keep hearing it.
What are you hearing?
Well, I heard an echo or something.
No, that's not a. Let me see something. Nope, my shit is down.
Okay, but yeah, dude, man, that man pulled out the legendary, the best lie ever.
Man, let me Google search this whole because I had that link and I couldn't find it. Tony Bennett stood up Trump because that was the biggest crock of shit. Stood up.
I got it.
Go ahead. Because that was the biggest lie ever.
Okay. He said, and I quote, we have received, and I quote, this is a quote from Virginia men's basketball. He said, we have received inquiries about a visit to the White House. With several players either pursuing pro opportunities or moving on from UVA, it would be difficult, if not impossible, to get everyone back together. We would have to respectfully decline, and they couldn't finish the rest.
Hey, like, man, you're not gonna ruin my reputation. I'm already.
And I like what Jamel Hill said. She said, "Ain't nobody trying to put on a suit to eat a 6-piece chicken McNuggets."
That is the biggest crock of shit ever, but I love it. That's the crazy thing.
I love it. If you go, let me finish your question. What's my take on that? I love it.
He said, you ain't finna fuck up my recruiting trail, man. We can barely get good players any goddamn way because we play this slow ass offense, but you ain't finna fuck it up even more. I know we play a stagnant ass offense, but we ain't finna stagnate my recruit. I'm by DC. I'm by the Pennsylvania area, and you finna fuck up my money? Oh no, nigga, you ain't finna do this shit. So good shout out to the Virginia basketball team. Shout out to Tony Bennett. Man, and shout out to Dick Bennett for teaching them right.
Damn right. Damn right. Yeah. Now, I am finna get on next topic. Finna get on a favorite person of yours, Jimmy. Russell Resthaven. What did you think of that fire? What did you think of his postseason conference? He said, and I quote, I ain't got time. Look, I ain't got time to be worrying about all that. You see this wife right? You see this lady, this woman right here? My wife, my hot wife. I'm gonna be spending time with her. I'm gonna be spending time with my son and my two daughters and my two twin daughters. I ain't got time to be thinking about the off season. I'm gonna do me. I'm always gonna do me because I'm Russell Westbrook. You know nobody. Well, that's everybody. And he answered the question from the dude that he can't stand. But this is my thing. This little eight fake. Let me back up. I apologize. Damn. This little bulldog from a Chuck Jones animated Looney Tunes cartoon face looking motherfucker is still gonna be Russell Resthaven.
Exactly.
He's a Resthaven for L's. Now you getting all these triple doubles. Okay, here's the difference. I can see after Kevin Durant, you getting all these triple doubles. You 12-4 in the first round, but you 4-12. And you taking 40 shots and you only shooting 41%. And then it was just revealed that the man stayed at practice and missed 100 straight shots.
Man, look.
I really think it's time, man. Sam Presti and everybody else in the OKC management need to go ahead and just get on Westbrook. And Maurice Cheek should know better because they already said talking about maybe Billy Donovan problem. No, he ain't the problem. They ain't finna get rid of no Billy Donovan now. Westbrook is the problem. And Billy Donovan got an assistant like Maurice Cheeks on there who basically was the same fucking way, somewhat. Because they said Maurice Cheeks had a jump shot out this world. He never would take a jump shot. All he would do is just pass, drive to the lane and pass.
But here's the thing with Maurice Cheeks, though. Maurice Cheeks had Julius Erving. He had Charles Barkley and Moses Malone.
Yep.
And he had a loaded team. So, if you're talking about, he didn't have to take a lot of shots. He was a lockdown defender in the NBA. So he didn't have to take a lot of shots because, those guys took a lot of the bulk of the shots. So that's a little different. That's a little different situation. Whereas Russell Resthaven is the man at OKC, or the second in command man. So Russell, that I can't even do that to Maurice Cheeks because Maurice Cheeks was more of a defensive guy / passer. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little different right there. Whereas Russell Resthaven, he is the man.
Trying to be the man. He ain't the man now.
He is the man.
Yeah, he ain't the man.
What I mean, the man is. Here's what I'm saying with that. He is the man because he's the quote unquote. He's supposed to be the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? Anybody's regardless how we feel about that. You know what I'm saying? No, he ain't the man in terms of winning in the playoffs. Let's not get it twisted. But he is quote unquote in terms of, hey, he's the guy. He's the leader of this team. He's the guy that all the people look at. You think about is Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Maurice Cheek wasn't never ever in that position with most part. He was not a superstar, whereas Rest Haven is the superstar of the OKC Oklahoma City Thunder. But like I say, what the way I think of it is, Westbrook put in more effort, and he got to change, because otherwise OKC is going to have more first round exits. You know what I'm saying? Going to have more first round exits than a fire exit.
Man, what?
So it is what it is to Russell Rest Haven, man. You got anything else you want to say about that hoe?
He ain't no pimp. He a Rest Haven for hells.
That's crazy.
He got triple dubs. That's why he got to lose a record in the first round right now. That's all I got to say about that. But man, let me touch on the subject here. Lately, bro, dude, I don't know if you've been keeping up with Memphis stuff lately, but a lot of shit has really been going on in the world today. Okay, and Jimmy and I, we get on this show. I'm not finna blast nobody on the Facebook audience, not just yet. Matter of fact, this does fall in line what I'm about to say. I made a Facebook. Well, let me go ahead and say this. There's too much shit going on right now in this world today, mainly here in Memphis. Mainly, here in Memphis, I think it was Friday, either Thursday or Friday. A young woman in downtown Memphis off of Virginia Avenue and Kentucky Street. You familiar around that area, downtown area? You familiar about that with that area?
You said they had a murder or a shooting up at that area.
It was a murder. It was a murder in that area off of Virginia Avenue in Kentucky.
That's crazy shit.
That's downtown. See, that's downtown. They built some new apartments over there. Now, this cow there, and if I have some white listeners in the audience, we can do this. I can do this. This coward ass nigga shot this woman, killed this woman in front of her kids. And he's on the run. I hope they catch this motherfucker. What else? Yesterday morning, there was somebody was found shot up in the car off of Shelby Drive and Mill Branch. Shot up in their car. With the last name of Odom. Somebody from the Odom family was shot up. Found shot up dead in their car. And then turned around, somebody else got shot up on Shelby Drive, Mill Branch also. So as of now, the police look for these two motherfuckers. Look for the two motherfuckers that did the killings all on that one block. Okay, in Mobile, Alabama, in this place called the Bottoms of Mobile, Alabama, the hood. Okay, this man was arrested for. This man and another guy got into an argument. The man that got arrested, the man who would later get arrested, got in an argument with another guy. Punched this guy in the face so hard, his eyeball popped out of socket. Excuse me. And I'm gonna let you know, and I'm not going to go into detail about it. Use your imagination as to what happened next. This hateful motherfucker, and if you look at his damn mugshot, it's like it look on his face is like he didn't give a fuck. He was just straightforward, like I don't give a fuck. First degree assault. Then the motherfucker was arrested for failure to provide vehicle registration for an unregistered vehicle, driving under revoked license, and then driving on a suspended license. So this motherfucker committed 3 felonies in one. The point is this, and I'm gonna pull up my Facebook post where I said this here. And it just sickens me, man, that we got people that all they want to post on social media, and a buddy of mine and I, we talked about this. I'm not gonna say his name. And a buddy of mine, we talked about this because he was telling me that he talked it over with one of his kinfolks. He said, "Have you ever noticed that when people be on social media, they always be posting about their success, but they always fail to post about the process to their success. That's true. You motherfuckers, and I'm talking to everybody. Everybody. I don't care how hard you hustle and you all this and that. Let me tell you something. People like y'all, I mean, respectable hustlers, like people I went to school with. There's a guy, and Jimmy, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. There's a guy I know that graduated me the year after. He got his own mobile detailing business and he got his own Security One business. I applaud that brother. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. People like him are an exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
He don't get on Facebook and gloat about what he's doing. He doesn't do this and doesn't do that. I applaud it, brother. Because out of everybody in my alma mater, hey, he's successful. Another guy who owns a famous restaurant in downtown Memphis, who his family line in downtown Memphis. I applaud him. Okay. Stay keeping it in business, if you will. But to all these little motherfuckers, I always talking about, man, I'm out here hustling hard and get this paper. Man, I'm successful. Man, I got me a house and all this other little shit. I got this, got that. Okay. What's going on in the world around you, man? Fuck all that shit. Okay. I told one dude, I said, well, hey, you know what? Since you talking about all that, fuck all that shit. I don't want to read about it. I said, hey, I don't want to read about your ass in the paper. Made the man think. Made him think. He kind of changed his ways. People that be so involved, be so self-absorbed with their hustle. You phony, and I was gonna say it here. Everybody that be talking about you hustle hard and all the shit, especially in Memphis, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Y'all some phony motherfuckers because y'all too goddamn fucking oblivious to pay attention to what to the world that's going on around you. I don't, post something about your success, about your process of your success. And what that dude did to the guy with the eyeball thing, he had a whole lot of hatred in him, man.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of hatred in him to do what he did afterwards. I'm just tired of this shit. It's just too much hateful ass shit that's going around today, especially with us brothers, man. With us black men. It's not just black men, white men. I speak for everybody. Blacks, white, brown, Mexicans, anybody. Hey, if you got that much hatred in your heart towards somebody, just stay away from them. If you feel you got to be on social media to post your success, not your process, stay your ass off Facebook. Don't post that shit. Y'all need to start paying attention to the world going on, over what's going on around you. Pay attention to your surroundings. Because bad enough, if them two murders on Mill Branch is not a reminder to some of you people in Memphis, I don't know what to say.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue here. My issue is, why the hell have they not found this dude already with all the installation of cameras in the city of Memphis? How come they have not found this dude who shot that woman on Virginia Street? Tell me, Mr. Strickland, how are you going to explain that?
Mm-hmm. If you see this dude's mugshot, it's like, like he gotta look like, man, fuck this shit. And also he's under, and dude, he's being arrested. He's being arrested for first degree murder, but he's a convicted felon.
That's crazy. I mean,
so
dude needs to be dealt with.
I mean, we got it. It's so much shit going on, man. It makes me sick. It just makes me sick, man. And I thank God that I don't deal with people like that. Yeah, the streets wasn't for me. It really ain't got no business being for anybody. It's not even for me. And like I said, go ahead.
Let me stop you right there. you don't know a person's situation. So I won't ever piss on a person for doing what they need to do to survive, because we are in a system of white supremacy to
True.
where people are deprived of certain resources. So I'm not going to piss on a guy for hustling and doing what he needs to do. I'm not even going to piss on a woman for doing what she need to do to survive in that particular
No,
situation.
I ain't gonna do. No, I ain't pissing on that. But no, I ain't talking about as far as them getting their hustle on.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about them just being oblivious about on a lot of things, man. And it's like, and like I was saying, like with me, I have a little street sense, and the only time I'm out in the streets is either if I'm going to work or I'm going to the store, or if I'm going, or I just feel like just treating myself out somewhere. That's it. I mean, when I stayed in South Memphis, everybody knew me. They pretty much left me alone. And like all the folks said, man, if you got a problem with Craig being him, he said, man, like one dude, we had this little they call it the Shade Tree Lounge on Carnegie and McMillan. One of the young guys told this dude, his last name was Askew. Randy Askew, that was his name. They said, man, dude said, man, I can't stand that motherfucker. And he talking about who? And they pointed at me. He said, man, and Randy had told me and my pops about it. He's like, the fuck you, what Craig do to you? He just being him. He ain't got time to fuck with nobody like y'all. He said he do something what y'all asses don't do. So what? He live with his mama. So what? He live with moms and pops, but hey, he contributed what he got to do, and he go to work, and he ain't lazy. He just minds his business, which is something y'all young niggas need to do. What? Mind our business? Yeah, that and work. I'm not gonna knock nobody on their hustle, man, but people these days just need to learn to pay attention and learn what's going on around them, man, because damn, it's just too much going on. And I know, and you and Corey Wolf, shout out to him, by the way, in his neck of the woods, in y'all neck of the woods, Matt, if you will, a lot of shit going on there, down in Houston. I'm pretty sure, and I know it is. But Memphis, man, Mayor Strickland is going to have to step his game up, dog. I mean, Nashville with the NFL draft, and this word is they may be going back next year. Nashville made their money for 3 days. What, 3 days? The draft, what, 3 days? 3 or 4 days? Nashville made their bread. And maybe that's why they foretold it. And see, I just don't, man, Jimmy. I don't understand it, dog. It's just too much shit going on. Grown ass adults sexually molesting kids and shit. The world just got sick, dog.
But that definitely needs to be dealt with. I mean, I think we need to have that's where I feel like the community, and this is what I was talking about with the Nipsey Hussle situation. We need to have our own military / police department / authority, because if you rely on these white folks to try to police your community, it's not going to be policed the way it should be policed. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for a fact, because if you go down Bel Air Boulevard, which is where my apartment complex is at, you go further down on Bel Air, you're in Chinatown. You're probably in Chinatown by the time you get to Gessner Road and Bel Air Boulevard. So it is proven that when people of their own of different ethnicities, right? Whether it's Black, Mexican, or whatever, when they're able to police their own community, it goes down a lot better. You got places in DeSoto, Texas, and Lancaster. It's proven when people are able to police themselves, that they thrive. And this is a community that hardly has. These are two communities that have hardly any crime: DeSoto and Lancaster, Texas. You can look this up. Over in Atlanta, you got Lithonia, Georgia. That's becoming the next Black Wall Street. They have minimal crime out there, in particularly in Lithonia. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about any other area in Atlanta, because I know the hoods. I know but this particular neighborhood, it's proven that they're able to police themselves, and they have minimal crime. So we got to get to where we got to get into a situation. We got to get on code to where we can stop a lot of this crime, because a lot of this fuckboy crime that goes on in our community, we can stop that. We don't need these white folks in our business like that. We can stop that shit on our own. These hoe ass pedophiles, bitch babe murderers, because you killing a nigga because this nigga got Jordans on, shit like that. We can handle that. We can do that. And I'm not talking about gangbangers or anything. Even though there are some real OG gangbangers, we can't rely on that. We got to rely on the uniform police department. And it's in the Constitution, black people, the Second Amendment, the right to militia. You have a right to form your own militia / police department. That applies into police department. You can just frog leap over the Memphis Police Department and get that shit popping expeditiously. But not too many people are woke enough to do that. So we got to get enough people on code to where we can change our own community. Yes, we have crime, but a lot of that crime we can thwart ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to continue with your particular topic, sir.
But man, it's just it saddens me, man. When you're seeing all this shit just going on today, you just got a lot of fucking sick people around here. And I think the last time we talked about it, I mean, shit kind of calmed down a little bit, and now it's just, I don't know. I mean, you got angry baby mamas and baby daddies and shit like that, like the girl out in Fraser just burnt this man's house down with no fucking reason, and the neighbors is mad with her about it. And the black guys, it was a mixed neighborhood, black and whites, and the look on her face, like she didn't give a fuck. You really, you gotta. I can't put my finger on it, man. I mean, I'm glad I'm put like this. We all got flaws, physically and mentally. We're not saying we're stupid or deformed or we're crazy. We got our flaws. And I mean, I can say, like, despite me being in a 2-parent home with some fuck style ways and shit, I believe I turned out all right. All right. I'm not out here trying to kill somebody. I'm not out here trying to rob some motherfucking body and all this and all that. Hell, I mean, we just got, and we all just, whether parents, hey, if you're a baby daddy, if you mad because your baby mama that moved on somebody better, and vice versa, baby mama, you mad because your baby daddy moved on somebody better. On behalf of Jimmy J. Smooth, let me say these words: suck it the fuck up, then just move on about your business. You ain't got to go kill them. You ain't got to talk about I'm gonna blow your house up, or I'm gonna fuck your car up, or I'm gonna go to your mama's house and shoot her house up, and she better be in it and shit like that. That what point is that gonna prove? Nothing.
I agree, because all you're gonna do is be sitting up in jail because you dumb as hell, and all you had to do was just move on and shit like that. I mean, in a situation like that, you should definitely just move on. If somebody make you that bad, it don't hurt to go see a psychologist. If your butt hurt, ain't nothing wrong. Even normal people sometimes got to go see psychologists and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, if you gonna do something crazy, if you feel like you're gonna go do something crazy, ain't nothing wrong with going to see a psychologist. Hell, if you don't feel comfortable with a psychologist, you need to have at least 1 or 2 people that you can tell your personal business to, and not just anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying somebody that you can, you can talk to and be like, man, when you get mad, you have somebody to talk to. You have somebody to call, man. I'm like, man, I'm about to go bust this boy head, man. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes it's just, you can thwart a lot of problems by talking to your homeboys. If you ain't got no homeboys or homegirls you can talk to when you ready to bust a motherfucking head or go shoot up something, you know what I'm saying, for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't knock a person for defending themselves, But you finna go shoot a motherfucker because they moved on with they new baby mama or they new wife or whatever. You got a serious problem. You need somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't feel like you want to talk to a shrink, for lack of a better term, have one of your homeboys that to be able to tell you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a major problem with a lot of people these days. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, ain't got nobody in their ear to tell them when they doing some dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nobody to say, man, you doing some dumbass shit and you don't get offended, you don't have the right people around you. I can tell you that from what I know. Because there's a lot I wanted to do, and I was just, you know what I'm saying, fortunate enough to have the right person to say, man, dude, you're doing some stupid ass shit. They might not have said it like that, but but in translation, they said you were doing some stupid ass shit. So you got to be able to have somebody that's gonna say something like that to you. Just because you grew up in a single parent home, don't mean you can't have nobody that's gonna guide you, that's gonna mentor you, that's gonna lace you with some game and shit like that. That's why I talk about you need people to lace you with game that's gonna mentor you and shit like that. That's why shit like that is so motherfucking important. So you know what I'm saying? You got anything else on that topic, man?
No, but and also I made a reference for you guys to check out. Just type up in the YouTube search Mobile, Alabama, the Bottoms. That's all I gotta say. It's some very interesting shit. When I say that the Bottoms is like the hood of hoods, bro, that's all I gotta say, man. It put South Memphis. It's hell. Even when I lived in South Memphis, and anybody live in Memphis, I should know. I live over there off South Parkway in Lauderdale, right near McMillan. Our boundary line was at South 3rd. Anything past that, we already knew we couldn't go over there. Can't like South Parkway and was it Florida, let alone now Kansas. Shit. Hell, I thought Lauderdale was rough. Goddamn, woo. Kansas is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
so shit. Hell, the Mobile, Alabama, the Bottoms put South Parkway in Kansas to shame.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of neighborhoods that make some of these neighborhoods look crazy, man. So it is what it is when it comes to that, man. Now I wanted to bring up a NFL like topic. According to ESPN, Doug Baldwin might have played his last down in the NFL, which is a very unfortunate situation because he was going into his prime. He led the NFL in touchdown receptions a few years ago. So what is your take on the possibility of him playing his last down in the NFL?
Shit, hell, good receiver, very outspoken. You know, he could have been a 49er, but he had his little issues. But shit, it's just unfortunate for him, man. I mean, because I think he said he had accumulation. I'm reading a report, he had accumulation of some injuries as well. You know, and that's unfortunate for him that Seattle losing a good deep threat, even though their offense is all predicated on the run instead of the pass. Shit, that's gonna be a huge loss for Seattle, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big blow.
And I mean, if the man, if he feel he played his last down, and damn it, you just gonna have, hey, you ain't got much of a choice but to let him walk away on his own terms, not y'all.
Well, this is what doctors were saying on ESPN.com that he could be playing his last down, man, and that is so unfortunate because I like Doug Baldwin. He's made some key plays during their playoff run, during their Super Bowl year, and that's sad, bro. I mean, I hate when a guy goes into his best years and then all of a sudden that gets taken away from him because he was a virtually unknown receiver because you had Percy Harvin and Golden Tate. You know, he went from a third string wide receiver to the starting wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So, Baldwin, according to Oregon Live.com, he's definitely contemplating retirement. now that doctors is fearing for the worst for his career. And if he retire, you know what I'm saying? Hey, good happy retirement, man. I hope he didn't stacked his money up and
Yeah.
not take the not take the MC Hammer route, I should say, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it is
Stacking
what it
money
is.
and then try to become a preacher. Stacking money, file bankruptcy, and then try to become a preacher.
Well, yeah. I mean, but he did well. That's a whole nother topic in itself.
Yeah,
So,
we're about Hammer. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's a whole nother topic in itself. But hopefully, he has enough money saved up to where he'd be situated and stuff like that. So man, unfortunate to hear about that, man. Rick Barnes just got paid on Friday night, man.
Damn. Party hunter.
Yeah.
Booty shaking all around. Yeah, that's good news on Rick Barnes. I mean, yeah, but that still doesn't redeem himself though.
I think I don't know if I would have paid him that much, but I'm thinking David Cutcliffe is trying to make the best move for Tennessee.
You mean
That move.
Phil Fulmer?
I mean, I get those bitches mixed up. Philip Fulmer, I think Philip Fulmer is trying to make the best move for Tennessee. I don't know if I would have paid dude that much, but I guess he don't want nobody to come in and try to swipe him away, like UCLA, as I call it right now, because that's what it is right now, UCLA. So
Yeah.
They
did they get that coach? Yeah, Mike Cronin, that's right.
Mike Fonin the Cronin. So yeah.
Corny Cronin.
Yeah, but I say this because Rick Barnes, if you say that, the fact that Tennessee stayed number 1 or in the top 5 throughout the whole year, if you're going to get him with that contract based on that, I think they're doing that for the right reason because he got, but I don't know because Rick Barnes haven't shown me that he could personally coach. But if they feel like somebody going to come in there and get him and could do better than Tennessee, because he's done a great job recruiting. He's a hell of a recruiter. That's one thing I'm not going to take away from that brother. He's a hell of a recruiter. But I don't know. That's one of them contracts I say I don't know. I don't know on. I'm gonna be honest with you on that. But I'm not knocking him for his hustle either. But I do think he do need to stay at Tennessee. I will say that.
True.
The way I look at things, he do need to stay at Tennessee in terms of, because you don't want to be moving around all the damn time either. So that's the way I look at that situation as well. So shout out to Rick Barnes for getting paid on Friday night. So, so if that makes you happy, I hope it does. So it is what it is when it comes to Rick Barnes.
Yeah.
And my particular last topic, unless you got something different, Bun B this week, he shot an intruder at his house. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. It's sometime last week. His wife was into an altercation at his house. They tried to rob her, and next thing I know, Bun B man just pulled out that pistol, slipped in on him, and shot one of the intruders. And dude dropped his gun and dropped his ID, from my understanding.
Damn.
And the intruder was shot. Lucky he didn't get killed, but it is proven that Bun B was in the right situation. Of course, Texas law, you can shoot an intruder. What is your take on this dumbass dude going into Bun B's house trying to rob this poor brother, man? I mean, damn, man. I mean, Bun B.
But
yeah. What's your take on this? I mean, this is crazy.
Did the dumbass thing? Apparently, the dumbass didn't think it through. I mean, damn. I mean, you dropped your ID and your gun, so you're fucked. So, well, first and foremost, just hope he's all right. Okay, but let's be honest. Let's just keep it 1,010 here. Yeah, when you get treated in the hospital, guess what? You going straight to jail.
And he did.
And he did.
And they ID'd the guy and everything, and it matched his gun matched and his ID matched. So the dude ended up taking
So
it.
yeah, so he's a felon now, I guess, in the state of Texas, or however, because in quote Alcee Hastings, Texas is a crazy state to begin. It is a crazy state to begin with, but I ain't gonna get into that. But I mean, Bun B had the right though. But then a lot of people are saying that it was a setup, which I don't believe.
Yeah, but still, you coming to the guy's house. Texas law say you can shoot a guy if he's on your property. You know what I'm saying? If you feel threatened, because we have a straightforward stand your ground law, and the dude was a threat. So it's pretty much open and shut right there because the police investigated his house. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, there is surveillance footage of the guy trying to, attack his wife, and Bun B just got gangster. And, Bun B was the last
Damn
person.
right.
Bun B is the last person's house you should try to even think about coming in and doing a home invasion, much less a fucking robbery. That was just plain stupid on his part. Bun B already showed people that he gangster, man, and that was the wrong house. You shouldn't even came to this dude's house, man, because he said, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to off me like Nipsey, so we finna, you finna get Dipsy up in this bitch. Whether I kill you or not, that's a different story. And like I tell people all the time, Houston ain't one of them places you just want to just fuck with people just to be fucking with people. Because we get down very differently out here. And our rappers get down differently very out here. So shout out to Bun B, man, for protecting his family.
Oh, yeah.
And using that gun of protection, you know what I'm saying, and that Smith & Wesson, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. You got any other topics you want to discuss before I get my African ass up off here?
Let me put somebody on the jackass wall right quick. It's a business. I had I sold me a little picture for like $5 yesterday, right? Okay. So today I went out and the place down here in South Haven called Kubla Khan. Okay, so I wanted I wanted to like get some they had these little beers called the Kirin Ichiban 2 for 3, the 2 for 3. Some good ass beer. So if you ever come down to South Haven again, you should try it. It's good and strong as fuck. So I had asked the young lady, I was just for shits and giggles, because I just wanted like with a table or whatever or whatnot. And she told me it was gonna be about 15 to 20 minutes. I said, okay. So I said, well, I'm just gonna sit over here at the bar, because I'm just gonna get my 2 for 3. Oh, it's gonna be 15 to 20 minutes on that also. Jimmy. I'm gonna say your name again, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
How the fuck is a bar gonna be a 15 to 20 minute wait? Now the only time it's gonna be a wait is that sucker pack. That sucker was just about as clean and empty. Like I don't know what. So, Kubla Khan here in South Haven, you deserve to be on your little hostess who looked like she was fried that lady to the side with her face. And if she has some type of medical condition, I apologize. But y'all need to school y'all hostess be doing some more suspect ass shit. And then they put on a note there that say like please stand in line, please wait in line and wait for a hostess to come seat you at a table. And they take forever. Okay. And then they put on the other side, if you're gonna sit at the bar, please wait for the hostess. That way, and please still wait. That way she can give you a menu and she can seat you at the bar. Now, if you go into places like, okay, like I said, Huey's is a different breed of cat. They'll let you know, hey, just sit where you want. When you want to go on the bar, that's fine. You want to sit at the table, that's fine. Places like Maria's Cantina, Fox and Hound, Logan's, Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse, IHOP, Chili's, O'Charlie's, Steak and Shake. You know, it's a wait. But when you go, with the exception of Steak and Shake, they don't have no bar. But with all the places that has a bar, all you gotta do is just tell the hostess, "Hey, I'm gonna go up here to the bar," or whatever. Hey, that's cool. That's it. They ain't got no problem with it. I ain't never heard of a fucking restaurant that has a 15-minute wait on the bar when the damn bar is clean. So either that hostess just didn't want to fucking do her job, or was just fucking, or she was just fucking, or she was doing trying to do a good job at bullshitting me.
Rewind just for a second. You just ordered a damn drink.
Jimmy, all the restaurants have.
You just ordered a drink. Was this was you just ordering a drink, or you ordered some food to go with the drink?
No, I just wanted because I just wanted to sit. I just wanted to sit and just get 2 or 3 beers. That's it. And then she told me it was a 15-minute wait at the bar. I'm like,
how is it a 15?
Damn, I'm just getting some fucking drinks.
Okay, if that's okay, then now you explained it. If it's just some drinks, that is inexcusable. It don't take you probably 30 to 15 seconds to get a drink, unless you mixing some shit up or whatever. That may at best take 2 minutes if you having a mixed drink. What kind of dumbass shit is that, man?
I don't know, but
how this company gonna explain that? How I had to borrow this. I had to borrow the Coach Sheldon. How is you gonna explain it?
And see, I'm thinking about calling up there to ask for the manager and tell them what happened today. Because they close in like about the next hour and 19 minutes. But I just felt like it was insulting my intelligence. Yeah. How is now the only way I can see it happening? So I went over next door to Buffalo Wild Wings and got me a tall Budweiser, so I was straight. And I was telling my bartender there, she said the only way that can happen is if it hasn't been clean.
Now that explains everything. But if it's
she said, but I said, but hey, the thing was clean though. She was like, whoa, she said somebody just didn't want to do their damn job, and she being real. Mm-hmm. Now, if it wasn't clean, okay, I can understand that. But you gonna tell me it's a 15 to 20 minute wait at the bar, and nobody's sitting there and it's clean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to get you some business. I'm like, damn. I said, well, no, I ain't gonna be coming up here no more. I mean, you insult my intelligence like that, because when they first opened back in, I think in 2012 or 2013, I think they opened back in 2013, 2012, 2013, one of them. No, it was 2013. They were all right. But they get all these different ass, like I said, when they get all these damn young folks, they want to be all prissy prim and all cute and be bullshitting and just don't fucking take the goddamn time to do their damn job. And shout out to my boy Corey Wolf, by the way, because he posted something that was equivalent to that, where he said, if I can find it, he said, now quote, if I go to an establishment to eat and whatever, and if after he have been seated, I have to wait more than 10 minutes to give a drink order, and I'm getting up and hitting the exit. I'm not paying for bad service. We just talked about 3 weeks ago bar etiquette with some of you damn workers, and you hostess follow along with this as well. But y'all always holler about y'all want a fucking damn pay raise. Give me a fucking damn break. But I'm like Coach Sheldon here. I want somebody to explain. Well, not only just explain, give me a reason.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. I don't know how they.
15 minutes. How the fuck you go? Is a 15-minute wait on the bar for some drinks?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And a lot of that is and let me explain this too. A lot of that have a lot to do with management. I don't give a damn how young a
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker is. You need to manage your business. If the people in that company manages
Yep.
their business right, I don't give you can tell a young person what they need to do if you have effective communication. A lot of times you have ineffective communication with among young people and older people that's supposed to know fucking better. They may just have a young supervisor, but I know some young supervisors that's on top of their shit. So I can't even give youth as a fucking excuse. But when you over the age of 18, you supposed to know responsibility.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't make mistakes while you're young. You know what I'm
As
saying?
far as
Over the age
management team.
18, 21, you supposed to know some type of responsibility. You're gonna make mistakes while you're young. That's granted, but you need some type of fucking direction from your management. You know what I'm saying? That shit is inexcusable right there. Waits on some fucking drinks because you got a nasty ass bar. You didn't clean up after your goddamn self. You don't got sense enough to have some type of disinfectant or some type of fucking dishwashing liquid or some type of cleaning product for your fucking bar. Get y'all nasty asses up out of here.
But yeah, but like I said, but the bar was clean though. How's it a 15-minute wait on a clean bar?
Again, that goes back to fucked up, dumb ass management. If you have poor management, you're gonna get bullshit ass service from people, regardless of age. Because I've said, I've never had a bartending problem. I've had poor customer service at other places and stuff like that. So, and you could tell these people are relatively old and shit like that. So that I wouldn't particularly blame it on youth. I particularly blame it on fuck shit ass, pussy ass, dumb ass, doofus from Rufus ass management that they got over there at that particular company. How them hoes is gonna explain that? I'm trying to get that. So it is what it is. God damn.
Like I said, if I do make it in my travels, if I do go again, they tell me if I see it hosts again, I'm gonna say, now I'm just gonna take a shot at it. I said, oh, yeah, awesome. So it ain't a 15, 20-minute wait on the bar like it is last
You breaking up, brother.
time. See,
You breaking up. You breaking up. You sound like
I
you're
thought
swimming.
about, and I'm gonna let her know. I thought about calling the manager on your behalf. I said, but I gave you a pass. My bad. My bad. Yeah, because I had to cut my Bluetooth off because you was in and out. You go back. I'm gonna throw, if she the same hostess, I'm gonna throw a shot at her. I was gonna bust out and say, oh, it ain't no, it's not. Oh, I said, it ain't gonna be no 15, 20-minute wait with the bar. The last time what you told me is because when I asked you, you kept going and you didn't want to say nothing, and I just wait. You know what? Forget it. So, but the management it is lax and shit. Cause like it took me one time, and see, and they like to play around even when it is slow. They like to bullshit around all the time and stuff like that. But look, when you busy or whatnot, hey, you better step your game, bro. So all the times I gave Kublai Khan a good review, um, like I said, the shit good. Sushi, stir fry, you can make your own stir fry, put whatever what meat, put whatever what noodles you want, and all that shit. But um, they that was some fuck shit they told me there. That's how I felt like that. But I'm not gonna tell who if I decide to call. I'll probably call them after I get done with this. Tell them what was going on. I'm gonna ask myself. Well, I would like to I would like an explanation as to why this young lady told me it was a 15-minute wait at the bar at 1 o'clock at between 1 o'clock and 1:30.
I said, I just want to get some drinks. And I said, I ain't never heard of no bar being a 15 to 20 minute wait.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't dirty.
Yeah. And this company, they were just not opening or whatever. Is
Now they've been open, but they've been open for the day. But they've been in business, I think, for like about 6 or 7 years.
No, I don't care about how long they've been in business. I just care about how long they've been open, because that might have explained it. But if you've been open for at least an hour, 2 hours, and you don't have your shit clean before you open the doors, I mean, something wrong with that. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. But do you got anything else you want to explain on this fuck shit ass particular topic?
No, I'm done. But Kublai Khan, fuck you for the day.
Yeah. Well, if you ain't got anything else, man, to those out there who listening, man, this your boy, live and direct in full effect out the 832 with my boy out the 662. And y'all already know how both of us do. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. And don't have too much pride. Peace out.